Hey guys, True Grit Scott, Bulletproof Sauce. Been a while since we made a video, and hopefully this will work out okay for me. I've been down for a good 3 weeks. A COVID bullshit fucking finally caught up. Excuse my language, but the COVID had me a little bit sideways, and I'm getting older, and I'm not getting as smart as you think sometimes. So my girlfriend came down with COVID, and a couple days later I started coming down with something, test negative, and I'm not feeling great. But we have a big northeast snowstorm coming in, and I'm feeling like crap. And I got logs on the ground that got to be buttoned up, and I got things outside that need to be buttoned up before we get buried with a foot of snow and sub-zero temperatures and all of this kind of stuff. So for the first, 5 days I have COVID, I'm outside in the freezing cold and, sleet and rain and snow and everything else. And what I wound up doing is, I turned COVID into pneumonia, and I put myself down for about 3 solid weeks. And I'm not going to say I'm better yet, but I'm 80% better. I'm still a little low on steam and not quite right, but better than I was. So I dodged it for 3 years. But, and you turn into a tough guy. I'm immune to that COVID crap. I'm not going to get it, blah, blah, blah. My girlfriend works in a hospital. She got COVID patients sneezing on her, coughing on her, breathing on her. We figured after 3 years, if we didn't get it, well, we're tough guys. We're immune to that. Now, it finally caught us and put us down pretty hard. I somehow got the worst of it. I don't know if it's because I'm old or just because I'm dumb and wanted to work outside for the first week with it, but learned my lesson there. So I'm just getting back, and I have so much sauce stuff to get caught up with. I don't even know where to start. I have sauce to run, videos to make. I have old videos to upload still that I wanted to do better with YouTube and put a thumbnail on them and maybe try to do some editing, but there's only so many hours in the day for me, and I don't have the time to do it. So I'm going to wind up uploading some old videos, some new videos, all different kinds of things. But like I said, I'm backed up with about 3 weeks worth of work. On the Bluesaws side of the house, I have inventory that I have not updated yet. And a lot of guys, you all do business with, or a lot of you do business with Bluesaws.com, and you realize that sometimes it's not on their website, but I better just call them or reach out to Scott or to Jess and figure out if they have this, because a lot of times they have it. Somebody doesn't update the inventory like he should. It's more fun to run a saw, guys. I'd rather go outside and do wood or anything but internet updating inventory. So I'm bad with it. And the worst part of it is I'm a full-time saw shop. We do this full-time. I have people come to the house with repairs, with help, buying chains, bars, saws, whatever. So it's easy for me to get sidetracked, and somebody wants to come mess with saws. Woo! Let me go mess with saws for the day. I'm not gonna computer internet update crap. So yes, I'm bad at it, guys. I don't know what else to tell you. But what I wanted to talk to you about is a couple quick things. I finally, I build a lot of custom 44s, 66s, 46s, starting to do 372s, which I hadn't really done a lot of, but God, I like those saws so much for a lot of reasons, but that's a whole nother video. But one of the ongoing problems I've had with the 44s was on all of my custom builds, if I couldn't find an HLIC carb, it had to be an OEM carb, because the carbs that come with the kit are often these no-name carbs, and at best, they're 50-50 reliable. And what's bad about them is, there's some that fail. Day one, you're never going to get it to work. Well, there's some that'll work for a week or two and just start doing funky tuning things. You just start having problems with them, and I won't use them on a custom build. It'd be a very rare instance. I have in very rare instances, a guy needed to cut costs, wanted the saw so bad, signed off on it, but it was actually a bad thing for me to do, and I'll tell you why. Because I got to break the carb apart, totally apart, disassemble it, put it in the ultrasonic, try to get it right. I have no faith in these carbs, zero faith. I don't have a lot of faith in aftermarket carbs to begin with. It's a flaky thing that can cause you problems, oddball problems, and it's not worth it to me to buy these, $20, $25 no-name carbs. I won't use them. So I finally got a pile of these HLIC 44, 46 carbs, which are like an HD, what would it be, not a 17, maybe a 16. And I can use, on a 44, a 46, and a 66, I can use an HLIC carb interchangeably with a Walbro. I've ran so many of both of them, I can't tell the difference in running the saws, in time on the saws, in reliability. I love them. So I finally got a pile of these in, and I'm going to put them up on Bluesaws for sale, because there's a lot of guys out there with mostly 44s, because the 46 kits actually came with an HLIC. The 44 kits, you don't know what you're going to get. They could be the ADBA, ACDBA carb, it could be the no-name carb. None of them work except the HLIC, in my opinion. And the thing is, I bought a bunch of aftermarket 44 carbs, and at $20 here, $25 here, it starts adding up, and I found that I'm better off buying the OEM carbs if I can't get the HLIC carbs. Problem being with the OEM carbs is the ones that I like, don't like the HD 17s and 18s. I don't care for that, the Walbros. It's not my favorite. I prefer not to buy them. I believe it's the 16. I probably have one somewhere, and if I'm messing up the number, I'll try to correct it in the notes, but I believe it's the HD 16. I think is by far the best. And with that, the price can vary anywhere from $85 to $125, depending on timing, everything else, and I'm having a heck of a time finding them. My suppliers can't get them for whatever reason. So it was a boon to find these HLIC carbs. Like I said, I'm going to put them up on Bluesaws tonight-ish, maybe tomorrow, and get these listed for sale, because it's half the price of an OEM Walbro carb. They work just as good, and it's the only carb that I've found to be totally reliable in a 44 build or 46. So you guys, I've spent enough time messing with these no-name trash aftermarket carbs that between the time I've invested and the money, $25 here, $30 here, $15 here, whatever the price point was, after you buy 3, 4, 5, 6 of them and have them fail on you, and maybe get one that works, I find that it's just better to either go OEM or HLIC. So that's one thing. The other thing, I have a limited stock of the Farmer Tech Meteor piston and cylinders for 372 XPs and the 660s. So I have the 660s in two different ways. The Meteor cylinder with a regular normal Farmer Tech piston, fine. That's going to be a little bit cheaper in price. Then I have the Farmer Tech Meteor cylinder with the Meteor piston. There's another part in there. It's the Meteor piston, the Meteor wrist pin, the caber rings, and that one's going to be a little bit more because the Meteor piston adds a little bit on it, and they're gorgeous. I like those in the 660. I like the timing on them. I like the beveling. I like the plating. I just recently ground on one of the 372 versions, and I was not very nice with the grinder. I was being very aggressive just to see if it was going to chip and give me problems, and it really gave me zero problems. So I was totally happy with that, with just the way the plating is, so I'm happy with it. See, made in Italy. This is a 372 cylinder, guys, and there's the Meteor, and well, those aren't labeled, but that's labeled Meteor. This doesn't say MP in it, but comparing it to the Meteor from Meteor, they're so darn close. I imagine Meteor's making them for them. But I can't say that because I'm not in China and I don't know. But I'm super happy with them. And like I said, I'll get the 372 XP, Meteor, Farmer Tech Meteors, Italy Tech, whatever you want me to call them, up on Bluesaws. And I will get the 660 ones up on Bluesaws. I have limited stock. I don't have 100 of them, but I got enough of them to sell a few. I really wanted them for myself for custom builds as an alternative to highway stuff. Not that I have a problem with highway, I love highway stuff, but it's just nice to have other options available. Speaking of highway, a couple days I have a big highway order coming in. 395 piston cylinders, big bores, 44s, couple 46s, what else is in that order? The Viton intake boots, which I like, fuel lines, bearings, a bunch of stuff for all you custom builders out there or guys who just want to swap out some of the parts to maybe a better part. Also have highway recoils coming for 44s and 46s. And you know, years ago, 3-4 years ago, we had a lot of problems with the Farmer Tech 660 recoils. I don't have as many problems now. I have more problems with the 44, 46 recoil, and I don't have a ton of problems, but some of them, it seems, you know, in the extreme cold, they might break, and it always seems like they'll either break right off or they'll last, you know, however long they're gonna last. So that's the good thing, is that they break quickly. But I got a few of them coming in from highway because they actually have a heavier duty, higher quality recoil for both the 44 and the 46. So I'll have those in stock. And you guys know in all my custom builds, I do the heavy duty highway handles on things. I have a bunch of those coming in. So if you're looking for, I'm gonna get them up on Bluesaws. They're gonna be in stock. They'll be on Bluesaws, and I'll get some pricing out to you guys on all of this stuff very soon. So those are kind of the updates, and I just wanted to tell you that I'm still alive. Trying to get back on my feet and catch up with all the work and stuff like that. So hopefully I'll be able to make some new videos. And actually, when I'm done with this, what I was hoping to do was to run outside, and I wanted to run the orange and gray Farmer Tech 361 clone, which I love that model. And I hate that model, but I love that model. I have the Farmer Tech 260s, which I ordered a bunch of them, and they sent me blue ones instead of the orange and gray ones, which I'm kind of still frustrated about. I also have some Neotech gear that Mike Ralph sent over to me that I could check out, and I got a neat unit from them. The 6200's a neat little saw that I think is going to be amazing for arborist tree services that have a ground crew that you don't want them running a $1,000 saw or even a $500 saw. So it looks to be like a nice option for certain guys, and for homeowners, it actually looks like a heck of a saw. So I want to run those and maybe get some video of the three of them, and when I do it, they're going to be straight out of the box, didn't touch a screw, didn't do anything except maybe adjust the carb, because I can't run them as hog fat as they come sometimes. It just makes me crazy. Anyhow, guys, that's a quick video. I'll try to get this uploaded, give you guys something to watch, let you know that I'm still alive, and that's about it. Yeah, that's it. Anyhow, True Grit Scott, Bulletproof Saws, and Bluesaws.com. Thanks for watching. Stay safe, guys.